What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Derek, aka Flippingahouse. We are here on the north side of Houston, Texas, and I'm standing in front of our very first novation deal. And I'm going to talk about in this video what is a novation, how do they work, and how you guys can add this strategy to your tool belt when you're investing, because we were able to lower our risk in this deal, help out the seller, and put money in our pocket as well. So it's another win-win-win situation, and that way you're not throwing away these leads, because we spend so much money trying to get these people and trying to get in front of them. So you don't want to let your lead go to waste because it's not a true 70% deal. But let's take a look at it. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the outside of the home. You guys see we're in a very nice neighborhood. This is a neighborhood that I would live in. Homes go for around 280 to 300,000 depending on the size. This home, completely fixed up, should sell for around $265,000 to $270,000. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, slab foundation, double pane windows. The roof, decent condition. It's not brand new, but it doesn't have any leaks. We passed inspection with no problems. On the outside, the only work that we truly completed on the outside was just touching up some of the paint in the areas. You guys can see we're on a decent sized lot. The first thing that I want to point out though is the AC unit over here, because it's actually not in the best condition. Now, on the inside of the home, you guys can see same thing. We're not in 2024 standards, but this home is very solid. We have tile floors throughout. We have granite countertops. The cabinets were in really good condition. We actually just repainted them white because there was a lot of scuff marks and things like that. Now, like I said before, this home is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a 2-car detached garage. We're right around 2,100 square feet. So it's a really nice 1-story home. Like I said, in a really good school district, really good area, low crime. Even though we did have a break-in right before closing, we had a family with a small child break in over Thanksgiving break. We were supposed to close before Thanksgiving, but that didn't happen. But we were able to get the damage repaired. We were able to get everything closed, which is why I'm here today. But yeah, let me show you guys the bedrooms and the layout, and then we'll talk about the lead, how we got it, and then we'll get into the numbers. Now, if you've never heard of a novation, in a sense, it is a net listing. And what these terms mean is this is a partnership that you create with a seller. So I'm gonna give you guys the situation of this home and what the seller was going through and why this strategy worked so well for everybody involved in this property. So we had a follower reach out to us, and she said that her mom had a home that she was looking to sell. Now, like I told you guys, this home is worth around $260,000 to $270,000, depending on the finishes that you decided to do. Now, when the mother originally brought us the property, she was looking to get, I think it was $200,000. I told her, you know, we weren't going to be able to do that amount. She said basically that they owed around $180,000, and that would take care of some debt and things like that. Now, the reason the mother needed to sell is because her husband had passed away over the last year. So just having this big of a home, the mortgage and everything, it just didn't make sense anymore, which is very common for most of the people that we deal with. It's an inherited property, or they're just in a situation where they need to move into the next phase of their life. So we told her, hey, look, we wouldn't be able to purchase the house with cash, but we do have another program that we do with sellers occasionally. And like I told you guys, this is my very first novation. I have a bunch of friends that have done these. They do these full time. I have friends that this is all their business is novations. They target people like this, because novations or net listings are best used when there's not that much equity. So we ended up agreeing around $180,000 with the seller based on what she owed, the debts from her husband and everything. And she just wanted to walk away and be done. And as long as we took care of that, she was okay with everything and us making a profit. Because I told her, look, we're not gonna be able to sell this home for what it's worth, and neither, you know, it just wouldn't make sense for us to close on this property at $180,000. By the time I close, closing costs, fees, and everything, I'm already at $190,000 before we even get in the door. If I sell at $260,000, $270,000, you know, it's gonna be about $20K in closing costs when I go to sell. It just doesn't make sense right now in this market to do this. So this is why she really liked this strategy. And so we agreed to $180,000. We did put money into the home. We put in around $9,000, and then we listed the home for $230,000. So once everything is said and done, we still ended up being into the home around 190,000. And then, like I said, we listed at 230, we went under contract. There were some seller concessions, so we ended up agreeing on 227,000. And the thing about novations or net listings is, hey, look, you're not gonna have to worry about closing costs, fees, and commissions. Because like I said, every time that we sell a flip or a home on the market, it's gonna cost anywhere from $12,000 to $20,000, depending on the commissions, how high the home is priced, and things of that nature, holding costs. There's just so many things that go into closing a real estate transaction that most people don't understand, or they don't show this on HGTV. And so we agreed to the 180, we put about $10,000 into the home. We paid her mortgage, that was part of the deal as well. And then she would cover the utilities and the landscaping. And because we were only on the market for a few days and we went under contract, it took about 45 days to get to the closing point. Even with the few delays that we had, you know, it still worked out for everybody. We will be able to net somewhere right under $30,000. I don't have the final numbers yet, but based on the prelim numbers that I've seen. So think about this. This was a dead lead that we couldn't do anything with, that we came in, we helped the seller. She got out of debt. We were able to take care of a problem from her. We didn't have to bring that much money out of pocket, and we were still able to net a profit that made sense for us. And this is why novations are just so powerful, because it's just another tool you should have in your tool belt. Wholesaling is a tool you should have in your tool belt. Flipping is a tool you should have in your tool belt. And novations is definitely one as well. Now, there are some things that go into novations that do make it a little bit risky, as it does with net listings. You have to have an agent who understands how to do these deals. Luckily, my wife is my agent, so she understands these things because I tell her. Second, you need a good team around you. Not every title company is going to allow you to do a novation. And if they do, they're gonna have their own requirements. In this process, I reached out to 3 different title companies, and all 3 of them had different requirements. So I ended up going with the one that I felt the most comfortable with, that had the most experience, and they also are a big company, meaning that they insure title policies very well. So if we have issues, we can do a title claim. On top of that, the title company that I went with, they do multiple of these a month, and it is a team of people, not just one closer. So it was amazing to see them work with the seller, explain everything. We had liens pop up. I had people break into the house. I had a memo pop up that an old investor had put on the property that the seller signed a contract, even though she told us she never signed anything. She had signed it with her husband a year and a half before. Like, these are the type of things that are gonna come up. So not only did we have to put $10,000 out of our pocket, pay her mortgage, help her get situated, you know, we still had to clear the title process, get the memo cleared. We had to get the people out of the home when they broke in. I mean, there's just so many moving parts to every transaction that you have, guys. So it's gonna be different for each one. But when you are doing these, the first thing you need to ask your title company is, do you guys even do novations? If they don't know what that word is or what it means, just move on. Also, lean on people that are experienced and have done what you want to do. And because this was my first one, I ask a lot of questions. I'm never scared to ask questions, because when you have a deal working, people are happy to help because they want to see you get it closed. And when people see how many deals we do, they want to gain our business. So there's a lot of moving parts. You have to be on the same page with the seller. It's just like wholesaling. You have to be completely transparent with the seller so that they understand. And this mainly works for deals, from what I've heard from my friends and experience, homes that are vacant, because you're gonna have to do showing. So if you have a seller and they wanna do a novation, they agree to everything, but they live there, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult, just because the home is gonna be put on the MLS. Every buyer, FHA, traditional, all of these things, they're gonna be able to see it. This is why novations are so powerful though, because with flipping right now, it's been very tough, because most homes, you have to hold them for 90 days. Most of our buyers are FHA, first time buyers. So because we never took a deed on this property and we never took ownership, we didn't have to wait those 90 days. So our buyer is an FHA buyer, right? So not only were we able to sell to an FHA buyer, they're able to get into their first home with at least 30K in equity. And in today's market, that's a major come up. That's how I recommend everybody buy a home. That's how I bought my personal residence. And so these are just strategies that you can use, that it creates a win-win. The seller gets what they want. We were able to lower our risk, take care of a lead that could have been dead, And then also we're providing a home to families so that they can get started on their investing and ownership journey. So this is what real estate is about. I know there was a lot of information jam-packed in this video, but if you guys have questions, comments, or concerns, drop them below or shoot me a message on Instagram and let's talk about it. Let's help you guys close deals. If you look below, I also have a free starter guide. I'm not trying to sell you guys anything. I just want to see you take action in real estate, and you can make 30,000 on a deal, 40,000, 50,000. I have friends that make hundreds of thousands. They wholesale big plots of land. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Until next week, peace.